Hello everybody, I'm Lorii Abela, your soulmate expert and Asian matchmaker. Welcome to tonight's episode of Matchmaker Secrets, where we talk about love, dating, and relationships, and of course, matchmaking. So, seldom do we actually get the opportunity to have a celebrity in the studio. Our guest tonight is John Casciato, a model and actor who has been in the TV series Mob Doctor and Chicago Fire. So how are you, John?
Oh, I'm good. I just had an extra in Chicago Fire, but I'll take it.
All right.
Not a celebrity yet, but hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure it's coming up. Have a positive mindset.
Yes.
So
definitely very important.
yeah, because that's what's gonna get you to where you are.
Yes.
Imagine Jim Carrey said, he was always thinking of that. I don't remember. I think $7 million. That's his idea of having I'm gonna have $7 million, and he's looking across the Hollywood view from the mountains, and then he said that's where I'm gonna go, and then that's where he got to be. And so that's great that to have a open mindset. And so
very interesting story too. He was homeless, and he had that mentality that I'm not gonna stay here.
And
he made it. He stayed focused.
So I know that a lot of women probably are, looking into good-looking, tall men just like you. So, what do you think about the dating scene in Chicago?
So.
Okay.
It's hit or miss. I mean, one thing that's nice about Chicago, you see many different types of people from all over the world. It has so many different ethnicities that are coming through Chicago. From so many different places in the world and the U.S. because so many people visit. So it's nice, it's not like being in the suburbs or somewhere where it's all pretty much just the same people, locals, whatever you want to say. But I don't know, my experience in Chicago, hit or miss, I guess you could say, with the dating world. I mean, either it could work out great or it could be very bad.
Okay.
I think it's, for me, the best thing that I've realized now, just be myself. Don't try to impress. Don't try to make something that's not. Just try to be yourself, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Okay, all right. That
at least
makes
for
sense.
me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so, what do you call that? As far as you being multicultural, you have Greek and Italian background. Were you only looking specifically for women who are multicultural? Because I'm like that, I'm only interested in people who are multicultural, because I think after having traveled many countries, we have opened our eyes to something else.
It helps. I mean, if I could talk to someone and they know a lot about different cultures and different parts of the world, different things that are going on in the world, it definitely helps. But for me, I mean, I've had experiences where I've dated someone like that, and it still ended up terrible. So you never know. And then I've dated people where they just kind of been in their own little world and kind of just stayed at local or wherever, not too familiar with other cultures, etc. And it went well, and then maybe it just didn't work out at some point, and then we stayed friends. So for me, it's just, if someone's just honest, they're genuine, there's no ulterior motives or whatever. If I know I could trust them, that's the big thing.
Okay.
Same thing with friends, anyone, even if we're just friends, somebody is married or whatever, and it's fine, we just be friends. And as long as I could trust them as a friend, and I could call them, and if there's something bothering me, I just need someone to talk with, it's nice having someone like that, even if we're just friends, and that's it.
Okay, all right. So there's a tip for the ladies.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Take notes,
they just want to have trust and being genuine. They're not so complicated. Women have a lot of things like checklists and such, and then men are just not okay, trust and being who they are, and I think that's big deal already for men. So given that you're an actor, how do you handle women who are approaching you, showing interest in you, obviously oh, okay, nice to look at?
Well, I mean, I just talk to them like the way I talk with everyone else. I mean, it's just nice to meet you, and I'm I'm pretty reserved. I mean, I keep to myself a lot. You know, I like the way we originally met at one of those with that event. You know, and when you asked me to come on the show, it's like, yeah, sure. I don't know anything about it, but I keep to my. I like going and interacting with people, but then I also like my space. Like there are times where I just like reading and being by myself. I go to a library a lot, even, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. So but whenever that does happen, you know, and whenever I'm out and people are approaching, you know, I just like interacting with people. But if it, you know, if I meet if a woman comes up to me and if she's direct and, hey, I want to go out with you. If I feel like it's a good fit, then yeah, let's go out. Let's meet for coffee and see what happens. And if it's not, then maybe I just say, you know, maybe it's, well, I'm busy right now, or this isn't a good time of my life, you know, or I just want to be friends and I just got a lot going on, and leave it at that. And or maybe sometimes, you know, maybe it's best right now. I just can't do that. You know, if I sometimes have to just be direct and say it that way.
Okay.
In a nice way, though. I mean, not like a mean way, but if it's just not a good fit, you know, it's.
I like that. Okay, straightforward.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah, I'm very straightforward.
Straightforward. So, like, you know, don't make it jumble,
No.
and
No.
everything. Like, okay, women are always overthinking. That's the reason why, like, you know, I'm just letting them know, of course, like, you know, and they're just simple, you know. They are straightforward. Like, you know, they'll tell you what you ask them. Like, you know, if you actually probably ask John, are you, like, you know, looking for a serious relationship, and he is not, and they will answer like, no, I'm not.
You know, right now I'm just kind of just going with where the wind takes me.
Yeah, like, you know, so men are just, like, you know, straightforward. They will answer like, you know, what you're looking for, what are they looking for, because like that's what I usually tell the ladies. Make sure that, you know, you ask early on to the guy, like, what do they want from them? Because what happened is that, you know, some women, they drag on and on. They think that they're the one who's going to be able to change the guy. And then, like, you know, they think like, oh my God, I'm the exception of all those women in the online dating site.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, and with online dating, it's luck of the draw. I mean,
Luck of the
you know,
draw.
I've been on Tinder too and things like that, just to meet new people, etc. I just put it all out there. I like meeting new people, making friends, maybe something more. And it's like, people have said to me, well, that's not the best, you know, site. And I go, yeah, I know, but I mean, realistically, I've had experiences on Tinder or dating sites like that where they went well, and it just didn't work out, and I remained friends. And then I've had experiences where I met someone like at a library, and everything seemed perfect, and it was a terrible experience. So you never know. I mean, it's luck, like life. It's luck of the draw. Anything could happen anywhere.
That's
You could meet a great person right here. You can meet a great person walking in the parking lot, and then it works out and it fits. Okay, this is a great dating experience. Or you could have a terrible experience in the best type of place, like on the best dating site, and you match in every way, but it just doesn't work out. You know, bad chemistry or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So it's just life. Anything could, you know, you can meet anyone, good or bad, anywhere.
Okay. All right.
Or at least for me, that's how it is.
Okay. No, I like it because your attitude is different. Because, like, you know, some people will be saying like, oh my God, I've been unlucky with finding love. And so, like, you know, they think that the world is picking on them. So, but the thing is, though, is that you're right. Like, you know, it's a hit or miss, but, you know, you just have to keep on trying, like, what you think is going to be working. And so, you know, as I was saying earlier, I've interviewed an actress before. She mentioned that there are celebrities who are into younger women. And so do you see a proliferation of cougars in the film industry? You're in the film industry, so you would have a general idea.
You know, I've always, even when I was younger, like 21, 22, I've always went out with women that were older. I don't know why the ones my age never liked me.
Oh.
So, I don't know but I wasn't in acting really then anyway. It's just I don't know. It's, yeah, I hear this about acting, that there's a lot of older women that like younger actors, but I don't know. In my experience, even before I was in acting, that was just my experience. I always went out with women that were a little older or a lot older, if it was just a good fit.
Okay, no, I think the reason behind is you're already matured. That's the reason why, like, you know, you have find comfort in this kind of women, because, like, you have multi cultural background, so, like, you have encompass different aspects of different parts of the world. Like, as compared to probably over somebody your age, probably they're just listening to hip hop or
Yeah.
so you cannot relate.
I traveled a lot too. I mean, I lived in Italy for a while, in the Napoli area. I lived in a few hours north of Mexico City in the state of Guanajuato in Mexico. I lived in China when I was younger too.
China?
Yeah, when I was 15.
Okay.
So in like small town China, not the touristy spots. It was like, wow, it's like 200 miles or around there, 150 miles from North Korea. Very rural area, very different part of China, maybe like 300 miles from Russia. Mm-hmm. So a lot of different, I was 15 too, so a lot of different life experiences.
Okay, so what you call that, were you popular among women to think that you were an American in China?
No, I mean, they people were like, where I lived, they never saw, most of the people, like where I was, never saw anyone that wasn't Chinese. So I was with women, I didn't date. I was 15, I was 15. I was shy then too, believe it or not. I was really shy when I was younger.
I'm sure there are a lot of women who had a crush on you, but you have no clue.
Yeah, I had no clue. They could write it out. I still want to get it. They could write it out and staple it to me. I still wouldn't have figured it out at 15.
You were a late bloomer.
Yeah, but I definitely was. Like people were like, well, they never saw anyone that wasn't where I was that was American. So when they saw me, it was wow. And I spoke Mandarin pretty well back then. Like almost not fluent, but almost fluent. I could talk on the phone for an hour, and easily. So in Mandarin, but I forgot it all now because I haven't practiced in almost 20 years, 19 years. So
wow.
You forget it if you don't keep it up.
Okay, all right. And so what you call that? When you were in Mexico, how old were you?
16. First time I really spent a lot of time there.
And then how about when you were in Italy? How old were you?
18.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Like year after year, you were traveling.
Yeah, I have family in Italy too. I didn't know them, but I found them, and we hit it off.
Okay.
I said ciao. Io sono tuo cugino. I'm your cousin.
Oh, cool.
Giovanni da America. John da America. John. That's how they would call me. John.
Okay.
John from America.
Oh, cool. All right.
We hit it off, and we became close.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I miss that too. Like, it's a very different mentality in Southern Italy. I mean, you meet people, you hit it off right away, and then they're friends for life. It's like you meet someone I've made friends. Like I met people like at a coffee shop, and 20, not 20, but what has it been? 16 years later, I'm 34. So 16 years later, I was 18. We're still good friends, big family. We talk 3 or 4 times a week still. So I mean, you make friends. The friends you meet there, they last. They really last a long time.
Okay. So what you call that? It seems like you value friendship. So like, have you ever had somebody that you have dated where you started as a friend?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then it worked up, and then eventually it became a relationship or dating, and then a lot of, at least with me, it was, then maybe after so many months we decided, it's best to just be friends again, and.
Wow, you never lost anybody.
No.
Because like you still keep them as a friend.
Unless they did something like that was really, really bad, or something like they were really, really like mean and nasty with me. Then it was like, okay, you know what? I can't do that. If they like disrespected me on a personal level, like just like the way if I'm friends with a guy and if he just disrespected me on a personal level, or then that's it. It's no different. Then it'd be okay. We're done. We're not going to talk anymore, and wish you the best, and that's it.
Okay.
So
that's the next tip.
Yeah.
Do not emasculate men and do not disrespect
yeah,
them.
yeah. I mean, like the same way. If you had a friend, a guy or a girl, and if they, if you were, they just disrespected you, even if it was like, somebody that you were close with, just if we're just friends anyway, so then it doesn't make a difference. Like if somebody just disrespects me as a friend, that doesn't make a difference if they're a guy or girl. Then it's like, I don't want this person in my life.
Yeah. So do you think like you can date somebody who is an alpha?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Could you?
Can you date somebody who's alpha? Like there's some women who are alpha. Like they want to be like on the top of the things.
Yeah, and I really like that actually. With my experience, when I've dated women that are like that, I've dated lawyers or women that have that mentality, especially in Mexico too.
Oh really?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, because everything's very direct. There's no. I was like seeing before, you know, we never were a relationship, but we did date, and she was a lawyer in Mexico, and she had that mentality, and everything was great.
Oh, wow.
You know, there was no, I mean, she was just very direct about what I want. This is what I want. I want this, this, and this. I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for anything stupid. I loved it.
Oh,
You know, then
yeah.
eventually, you know, I live here too, so that caused a problem. They're like, you know, this isn't going to work. We still stay friends, and that's it. And still up, it's been 16 years or whatever, still friends.
Wow. Oh my God, I wonder how
Yeah,
many
or
friends do you
14
have now?
years, or 13 years, something like that. Go ahead, what?
I wonder how many friends do you have now? You're a good collector of friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, right now, at this point in my life, you know, I'm not thinking about finding a woman and getting married or anything like that. I'm just thinking I need to focus on my own priorities, my own goals, you know, and if it, like, because I know before I had the mentality, like, you know, looking for love, looking for the right, you know, woman to date, etc. And now, in my life now, it's like, you know, I've decided, you know, I'm not going to look.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm not going to look. I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. And if they come, if I meet the right person, I meet them. If I don't, I don't. I'm going to stay focused on my goals, and I can't get distracted from all the
But you're not the
mind
only.
chatter.
Yeah, I know, but you're not the only one like that. There are a
Yeah.
lot of guys who are, you know, around your age, and they're always thinking like, okay, I have to build my empire first because like they want to make sure that, you know, they're stable before they even get married or even have children, because like, you know, you're from like Europe, like Italy and Greece, like they're all family oriented.
Very.
Like, you know, they want to make sure that the children are secured, you know, if they're going to have children. So yeah, family is important. So I get that. So like you're not an ordinary person. So but the thing though is that women should realize that, you know, if a guy said my priority now is work, just listen to it, because like, you know, you cannot, as you were saying, you cannot be forced on, you know, diverting your attention, because right now this is your focus.
Exactly, and it's like, and you know what? It's like, I think too, like, even if I met the person that I fit in, or that it's the best fit, the love, true love, whatever they want to call it, even if that happens, and I'm in a relationship or whatever, then what? What am I going to do the rest of my life? I still need to focus. I still need to have a purpose. I still need to have a career I love, interest I love. It's not going to fix everything. It's not like, you know, even if you win the Powerball, what do you call it? The Powerball? I never played the lottery much, not much. What's it called? The big lottery. Yeah.
Yeah, Mega Million,
Yeah.
Powerball, and something else. I don't remember.
Even if you win that,
It's
then
okay.
what?
Okay.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, you don't have to worry about bills. You could travel, etc. But it's not gonna, you know, especially with traveling. I've met a lot of different types of people. I talk with everyone. I've talked with people that just sitting at a Starbucks. I've talked with people that are homeless. I've talked with people that are extremely wealthy, and they're still, you know, just by chance, just, you know, like because I talk with everyone. I'm very outgoing. You know, if I'm at a coffee shop or whatever, I talk with whoever I see, and either way. Even the people that have what you would think, you know, oh, this person has all the money they need. A lot of them are not happy.
Yeah.
You know, there's still the sense of purpose. Yeah, it's a great thing it's a nice thing to have. You don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about these things. But then there are other things you have to think about, and you know, and a lot of them do not have true friends. It's very hard for them to find true friends, people that just like them for them and not for what they have. You know, there are a lot of people that just are around them for what they have.
Yeah.
It's an isolating feeling. So I mean, it's definitely a sense of purpose is what matters, and that doesn't change no matter the financial situation that someone might be in. They could have money, they could not have money, but a sense of purpose. That's what I think about. That's what I'm really starting to think about a lot more.
Yeah.
And that is. To me, that's what matters the most.
Okay. All right.
At least for now, that's what I'm really starting to think about a lot more.
Yeah, that's great. So I was just wondering, just in case that your child in the future says like, Dad, I want to be an actor, an actress. What are you gonna say?
Why not try?
Okay. All right.
If you like it.
Okay. All right.
You know, I mean, it's a crazy industry. There's a lot of weird stuff in acting. You see it all with acting. You see the good, the bad, the ugly, like the movie title. But if you could, if you have like, what's the expression, thick skin, where you could, and if you have endurance and you just stay focused, because you're going to hear it all. You're going to get people that are going to say this guy's a great actor. You're going to have people that are going to say this person's a terrible actor. There are people there are always going to be people that are going to try to bring you down, etc. And it's life, like life. You just have to ignore it. Don't let it affect you, and stay focused on your goal. Mm-hmm. But you're going to see it all with acting. It has everything.
Okay.
Every kind of person imaginable. If you're in the acting world, you're going to at some point interact with someone like that. It attracts the whole package.
So do you think, like, I'm not sure if you've dated somebody who's also an actress. Are you cool with that, or
yeah,
like?
Why not?
Okay, all right. So you're an open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that are jealous, etc. I know I've gotten off topic a lot because we're supposed to be talking about dating, but I'm talking about all these different things.
I think it's good though, because obviously, people will know who you really are, and then authenticity is very important. Specifically in dating, because if you don't know, then you are you have a wall, between you and the other person, and you have no idea, what's really going on in their mind. And so, the reason why I, keep on poking different kinds of questions is because, that's the reality. When you are going out on a date, you're not just asking, okay, what's your favorite food?
Yeah.
You have to figure out, what else are the other factors in life. And I like that you also talk about your goals, because life is not just all about romantic life. There's also your physical aspect, your mental aspect, your emotional aspect, and of course your spiritual aspect. And so it has to be all discussed. We're not just focusing on, okay, he looks cute, that will pass, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's and I've gone out with people that I was very physically attracted to from the beginning, but I didn't feel that they were authentic, etc., or it just wasn't. I wasn't at the same level with them, maybe mentally, emotionally, whatever, both. And I just knew this wasn't going to work, and it didn't. If you kind of like a puzzle piece, sometimes either it fits or it doesn't. You can't make it work. You can't make it fit.
Yeah.
And for me, the big thing is just honesty, just authenticity, being genuine. That's it.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing for me. If I meet people, I've dated people where they want to control everything, and it's and I'm not a jealous person at all. They want to have friends that are men. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But they felt like they needed to control everything, and it's just this isn't going to work. I mean, just be honest. Mm-hmm. I'm relaxed. If you have a friend you'd rather go date, then okay.
Okay.
I wish you the best. I'm not mad about it.
Okay.
So I've always had that kind of, not always, but now I have a lot more of that mentality.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. and Mrs. Casciato, I want to acknowledge you for, creating this, wonderful man. You have a lot of values. I'm just talking to you over here, and then, I discovered a lot of things about you, which is, not regular for any other guy, because you're already thinking forward, and at the same time thinking what is actually best for you and for the future that you have, and that's wonderful. And so do you have any final tips for those people who are looking, not just women but also men, because you seems like you have broader perspective now.
Just be yourself. Even when if I meet a woman, and I know they say, or whatever it is, you're not supposed to you keep it a short text, etc. I know statistically all that stuff helps. I don't care at this point. If I meet a woman, I'll send maybe even a longer text if it's relevant. And I know it's not the best thing to say, but I'm just very direct about it. You want this, this, and this. If she doesn't like me for that, she can't. This is me.
Okay.
What you see right here, this is the way I am.
Oh my God.
It's not going to. This isn't going to work. I don't need to make someone with certain methods, etc., try to like me. I got my own things I need to worry. I need to think about my own life, real things, real priorities, like purpose that I was saying.
Yeah.
This dating stuff, they want to accept me for the way I am. fine. This is me, John Casciato. So this is it.
Okay. I really like it because you don't have any rules.
Yeah.
Okay, I just follow whatever I have in mind. Just do it.
If they like me for the way I am, if she likes me for the way I am, then great. And if not, what is it? There's billions of other men.
That makes sense.
You know,
That's
you
true
could
too.
find I could say that she could find another one then. Or,
Oh my God. Okay. I wish that we can have more, of this conversation,
Yeah.
but we'll be talking again sometime,
Yeah.
outside of the camera. But, it was really fun having you over here.
great here.
I hope you had some fun as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then, for those people who are watching us, if you are, single and wondering how to navigate love, we want to have you over here. Or if you have been successful in relationships, we want to pick your brain as well. Because there are a lot of singles who are looking for some, coaching or some tips from people like you. Because if you have been married for a long time, there must be something that you've been doing that, actually can help other people. And that's what we are doing over here in order to help other people. Because if you can find the love of your life much more earlier in life, I will be happy. Because you're not waiting and waiting. How many more frogs, as they were saying, are you gonna kiss? And then it can get frustrating. So thank you so much again for your time, and then I'll see you soon. Take care.
take care.